Right, how you doing, people? It feels like it's going to rain. I've just driven an hour to get to this place. I've come to Dewstone in Plymouth. It's on the edge of Dartmoor. I'm parked in Dewstone. Well, no, in fact, no, I'm not parked in Dewstone car park because there's loads of minibuses. Schools must be doing something. So I'm parked just over the bridge. But if you've never been here, I'll put a map up on the screen. Brilliant, brilliant for photography. Nice walks. If you've just got some new ND filters and you want to practice your long exposures, this is the place to come. It's just lush, especially this time of year. There's loads of leaf on the trees. I'm hoping. I did a video a few weeks back. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I was up on Dartmoor, but there just wasn't enough leaf on the trees and there was too much sky coming through. So fingers crossed, I've come here today. I think I've brought you here before. Just going to leave the car here, have a little walk and have a little play on the river. Cracking spot. Like I say, I'll put a map up on the screen so you can see where I am, and if you want to come here, it's definitely worth it. Cracking spot. Hang tight. Come up river a bit. I think I found myself something. I don't know if it's a bit too busy in the foreground, but I'm going to give it a try. I've got some nice arching trees, and admittedly there's a lot going on in the foreground, but I've got my wide angle lens with 40mm, so I'm going to take advantage of that. But what I do like about this, even though it is really busy, I've got a stick in the foreground there which isn't moving, so that'll look nice in a long exposure. And these rocks in the foreground that obviously aren't moving. Set up, give it a go. Cracking though, isn't it? What a spot. Got to get here, people. Lovely job. Love it. Right, I'm going to set up. Fingers crossed. Might be right. Now, the big mistake I've made today, a lot of people might think, no, what are you going on about? I haven't worn my jacket with a front pouch. I don't know why. I must have had the dog in my front pouch or something. I've taken it home to wash it. But in a minute, I'm going out there and I'm not taking my camera bag with me. And if I've got my jacket with I call it like the kangaroo, you know, I can put my blower in there. I can put my filters in there. Yeah, you can tell a dog owner. Chip bags in my pocket. Blower. Filters, yeah, that's everything. And people, when you're out and about, close your bag up. Midges or bloody stuff gets in there. Right, people, I think it might work. I've been having a look at composition. Down here, there's a gap in the trees up there. I've spoken about this before in previous videos. But there's a gap in the trees. I quite like this low composition. I might take two low, but down here low, I can see the gap in the trees and I don't really like it. And I can't really see what's going on up there, even though there's pictures all about this foreground interest. I might take a shot and cut the top off. But from up here looking down, I think it's better. I can see all this and then it kind of goes off into a V. So I might get two shots. Yeah, I quite like that. That's not bad. There's a bit more white water on this side. ISO 100 f13. This reckons a third of a second to get an exposure of what it likes. So let's go 2-second timer. Stabilizer off. I'm focused on this rock right here next to the bit of wood in the foreground. But I've got my focus peaking turned on, so when I flip it onto manual, I know how much is an acceptable focus. Shooting at f13 quite a lot, so I'll do that sometimes just so I know how much is in focus. Back onto automatic focus. But that there's the initial shot. Not amazing, but this is what I like about ND filters and a long exposure, how much it changes the scene. The way it goes up into a V, quite like that. Might pop a little bit off the bottom. Yeah, right. Chuck some ND filters on. I don't really want to go, what do I want? I mean, I don't want to go mad.
quite nice because there's no wind, so the trees ain't moving about, so I haven't got to do 2 exposures, one for the leaves and one for the water. I reckon we go for a 6 stop. I'm going to bang a polarizer on because that water's quite shiny, isn't it? Yeah, my 6 stop with a built-in polarizer. Now, I've said this before, if you're not 100% sure if it's bright light, you can't see what your polarizer's doing, just have your camera on AV mode, and when you turn the polarizer, you'll see a histogram move, and that way you'll know if there's more to the left, the polarizer's on. If there's more to the right, the polarizer's not working. That's giving me 25 seconds. Oh, that's going to change the shot immensely. 25 seconds is probably a bit overkill, really, but oh, look at that. ISO 100, f13, 25 seconds with the MAVEN 6ND CPL filter. ND filter with a built-in circular polarizer. What do you think? Always good to get one in portrait format just in case. Oh, you print the picture and then you get an editor for a magazine and go, oh, have you got that in portrait? And not only that, I like shooting in portrait when it's really wide because I can get all this detail in the foreground and I can still see the tops of the trees. Just crazy. I quite like that. Oh, that stone and that log in the foreground just looks really nice. Right, I've come down for the low shot. Oh, I don't know now if I'm liking that more than the shot stood up. I'm shooting in AV mode and the camera reckons 20 seconds. I think it's because of all this white water. And there's a little bit of bright light coming in from above. So I think the camera's underexposing a little bit, but like I said, I'm quite comfortable bringing up the shadows. So most of these exposures, it's reckoning 25 seconds, but I'm just doing another one for each shot at 30 seconds, just so it's a little bit lighter. Stick in the water, it's got a lovely little bit of shine on it. Right, I've just come down river a little bit more. I'm looking at this composition here now. I know what you're thinking. It does look a bit messy. There's a lot of white water there, but there's a little waterfall down the left-hand side there, which I really like. I was thinking about maybe taking a shot really close to that. But first of all, I quite like this shot here because I've got a polarizer and a polarizer cuts through the glare. The water's really clear here. And yeah, I'm going to have the long exposure of the white water, which is really cool. But under here, there's some really cool looking rocks. Not a huge mix of colour, but I reckon, or I hope, that the polarizer will cut through, and it being clear water, I'll be able to see the detail in the rocks below, and the added detail of having all this white water on a long exposure. So I'm going to set up, and fingers crossed, I might get something there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. I always struggle with naming my videos. I don't really set out to like go, oh, this is about composition, this is about shutter speed, this is about that. Because I think my videos are more for just like inspiration, really. If you know what it's like, you're sat at home, you can't be asked. If I'm like that sometimes, I'll watch a YouTuber. Very rare I watch YouTube, but I haven't got enough bloody time, I'm always working. But if I'm not feeling it, you know, I'll chuck YouTube on, watch Popsy, someone like that. Nick Page, love his stuff. He's always in amazing locations, which helps, but he's a magnificent, cool photographer, love his stuff. So yeah, that's what my videos are about, really. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to have to think about a name for the video. Yeah. Friday. I did try shooting from where you are, but I didn't really like it much. Somewhere around there. May not be the best compositional shot. Ooh, woo, baby. But show you how cool a polarizer is. It's a good thing about shooting on rivers. Fresh water, not bloody salty. It's not an amazing little compositional shot at all. This is just to show you how good a polarizing filter is. Focus is sort of third of the way in. F13, the camera reckons just over a second. Yeah, nothing great. Just looks like a blur of mess, I reckon. Oh, you can see under the water a little bit, look. Ideal. Right, now I'm going to put my polarizer on. And a neutral density. Just extend that shutter speed a bit more and smooth it all out and make it look nice. Blimey. And with my 3-stop ND with a built-in circular polarizer, that's taking it up to 6 seconds. Anyway, I'm going to put the two shots up side by side. The one on the left is no polarizer, and the one on the right is with a bit of a longer exposure and a polarizer. See what a polarizer does? Takes the glare off the rocks at the back. We're starting in the foreground, look. Takes the glare off the water, and you can see under the water that rock a third of the way up on the left, nice and shiny. The rocks in the background just takes the glare off. Yeah, I can't believe I went so many years without using a bloody polarizer. Love them. So there you go, people. If you don't own a polarizer, you need one. It's the only filter I don't think you can imitate in Photoshop or Lightroom. Sorry, you got to look at me arse. I think this is a cool little scene. That one there, I knew when I walked down and seen that little waterfall, I thought there'd be a cool shot. I don't know if you can see that in there on the back of there. It's nice, the rocks just look so clean. In fact, a really long exposure might have been cool there. F13, 5 seconds, ISO 100, and my 3ND CPL. Cool. Right, people, just going to show you in real time how a polarizer works. Obviously, when you turn your polarizer and the polarization kicks in, the polarizer is quite dark. Now, if you look at this, see my histogram up here, look, it's slightly bunched to the left because it's quite a dark scene, and on the back of the screen, look, it's quite shiny. Now, if I turn my polarizer, you watch the sheen disappear from here, and you watch my histogram slightly bunch up to the left. Now, if it bunches up to the left, if you're like me, you wear glasses and you struggle to see, just keep an eye on your histogram. If it bunches up to the left, it means your polarization's kicked in. There, polarization. See the sheen's gone? No polarization. See the histogram? Polarization. Histogram bumps up to the left. No polarization. Polarization. So if you're struggling to see on the back of the screen and it's sunny, just use your histogram. Polarization, look, it bunches up to the left. Alright, hopefully that makes sense for you. Alright, people, tell you what, I could stay here and shoot all day. It's flipping gorgeous. Got to help the wife do something, and we've got to go walk the dog, and I've got to go to the pub and have a pint. Gutted. I think I've got a name for the video now. Something along the lines of polarizers are amazing. And there's always nice little shots within the big vistas, like one of those shots earlier, the little waterfall, the boulder in the front that I took to one side. Cool little shot, I quite like that. This is going out on a Friday. Have a great Friday, have a great weekend. I've got to say thanks for all my new subscribers. So many have come on board. In the last 2 weeks, I've got like 200 or 300 new subscribers, which is crazy. Cheers, really appreciate it. Any questions or anything, chuck them down below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And like I said earlier, if any of you are interested in MAVEN filters, there's a little affiliate link down the bottom. Have a little click, go through there. But even if you don't use that and you're after new filters, they are really good filters. I'm so happy with them. What's the bank holiday weekend? I've got 3 days off. Get in. No, 4 days off. Cheers for watching, people. See you in the next vid. Cool. Cheers. Bye.